Okay, so today isn't going to be too bad. Today's going to be I programmed today is more like a recovery day because the last few days have been a little bit on the harder side. So today we're going to be doing some shoulder stability work, and we're going to be doing technique practice with the snatch and the jerk with just with a stick. So it's gonna be a good day. But considering, even though we're only doing technique work, the snatch and the jerk, especially I'd say with a stick or a PVC pipe, requires a large range of motion. So we got to really warm up well. So we're going to start out by taking your stick, getting a nice wide snatch grip, and start out with my favorite shoulder warm up, and that's just holding with the snatch grip, pulling it up like a scarecrow, rotating it up, pressing it up. When you press it up, try and pull your shoulder blades together, and then reverse that. And try and get that end range of motion as best you can. There's all kinds of small muscles in your shoulder that really wake up while doing this. Seven for me. I'm going to go to 10. 8. It's really humid today.
Yes, it is.
9. I hate the humidity. 10. Good. Throw. Okay, put the stick down for just a moment. We'll pick it up in a second. Just give me a squat. Hang down there. You can push your knees out. You can lean to one side or the other. Just kind of get a little comfy down there. If you can, try and get your chest up. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a real seat, cross your legs, grab your stick. Maybe you need to grab your stick first, I don't know. We've done this before, but it's been a little while. You're going to put the stick on your back, holding it as if you're doing a back squat. The closer you can get your hands, the better, but by all means, if it hurts, don't go that close. From here, we're going to basically twist to our left. So the tip of the stick to your left is going to go behind you. And then you're going to dip that end, the left side, down. And you're just going to hold that for a few seconds. And then you're going to bring that back up and then twist back to neutral. And then we're going to do the same thing on the same side, but try and go just like another inch farther. So try and twist just a little bit farther. And then you're going to dip that end down. Hold it for a few seconds, bring it back, and then back to neutral. And then one more time, and try and go a smidgen farther. And then bring it back, and then back to neutral. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So now the right side, you're going to twist in that direction. And then you're going to dip that end down. Hold it for a few seconds. You're going to bring that up and then back to neutral. And then try and go a little bit farther. And dip that down, not trying to force this past where it really wants to go. But it should be a little uncomfortable unless you're way more mobile than I am. And one more time, a little bit farther. Ooh, yeah, there it is. And bring it back and back. Good. Go ahead and get out of there. And stand up with your stick. From here, I'm going to go ahead and go into an overhead squat type position. You're going to get this over your head. You're going to try and keep your chest up. You're going to go into a squat. When you're in that squat, you're going to pull this down to your shoulders and press it back up before you stand back up. Just give me a few of those. Not too concerned with exactly how many. Just give me more than one. I'm going to be doing a few. Won't be too long now. We'll be able to actually go back to the gym, right?
Do you know when?
So I know that gyms are considered entertainment. And yes, in terms of the reopening. And that's phase 4 of the reopening. And that's last I heard, I don't know if this is still current, so don't quote me. Go ahead and relax. Last I heard, that was supposed to be June 26th, but I think I heard that date like a month ago, so it may have changed. And I don't know how far along Lauren and Matt are in actually building the new space. They're the ones doing all the hard work, so they're probably a better source of information there. And then for my other gig, because I also work at Foxcare, so they have to be allowed to open, and then the hospital itself has to decide when they really want to reopen, because there's a lot of factors in there, considering a lot of the population for that gym are not healthy people. Anyway, let's go over. Actually, I want to do one more thing. What I'm going to have you guys do is you're going to hold the bar with your palms facing backwards like this. Go ahead and grab it. And all you're going to do is you're just going to keep your belly nice and tight. And you're just going to bring this up and bring it down. Just get that big range of motion in your shoulder. A bit of extension in your upper back is just fine. We want to avoid having like a big like arch in your lower back like this. We don't want that. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my grip so my palms are facing forward on both sides. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to keep my belly tight. Bring this up and down. Okay, so today we're going to be going over, we're going to be doing 3 different movements in today's workout. We could spend easily 2 or 3 hours going over the finer details of the snatch and the jerk. We will not do that. But just a quick review of what I'm looking for here. We're going to be doing 3 broomstick snatches and 3 broomstick jerks every round. 3 is a good number to practice technique. Generally, after 3, people start to get a little sloppy. So we're keeping 3. So really fast. For the snatch, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a full squat snatch here. So we're going to have this wide snatch grip. We're going to hit all 3 positions on the way down. So I'm going to stop at 1 with my hips straight down. I'm going to sit my hips back, stop right above the knee for position 2. And then bend my knees until I'm, about mid-shin, position 3. From here, I'm going to go backwards. So I'm going to go back to 2, back to 1, jump. And I'm going to land in the bottom of this squat and stand up. That would be 1 rep. I would then bring this back down and repeat. So I'm going to hit 1, going to hit 2, going to hit 3, and do it again, and that would be 2 reps. We've done this plenty of times before. We've put this in the warm-up all kinds of times. Are we good with that?
Yes.
Yep.
Paul, you good with that?
Yep.
Awesome. Then we're going to do the jerk. So for the jerk, I'm going to give you guys a few options, okay? In my heart of hearts, I want to do a split jerk, but I realize considering the space, considering your space, maybe you don't want to do that. So you can absolutely do a push jerk or power jerk as well. Let me tell you what I mean by all that, okay? So a jerk is a push press in which you dip underneath the weight as it's traveling up. So if I were to do this in slow motion, I'd start with the bar on my shoulders, with my elbows slightly in front of the bar. You don't want them back here, you want to bring them up front. And I'm going to dip and drive. And then as the bar is traveling up, I'm going to travel down and dip again, okay? Now the way, depending on which coach you ask, they might mean something different by push jerk or power jerk. The way that I always think of it, and just makes it really simple in my head, is a push jerk, there's no foot move, and with a power jerk, there's a foot move. So if you watch me here, so push jerk, if you watch my feet, I'm gonna do this. Dip, drive, dip, okay? And then with a power jerk, I'm gonna jump my feet out a little bit. So I'm gonna dip, drive, dip. That's how I differentiate the two, and that just makes it super simple for me. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
Cool. Split jerk, it's gonna be moving one foot in front, one foot in back. Again, we've done this plenty of times. We're going to dip, drive, and the dip is gonna be footwork, which you have to recover from. Now, I usually like to be very aggressive with my footwork, being inside on a wooden floor or a yoga mat, wearing socks, trying not to make the whole building shake. It doesn't feel good for me doing it right here. So I'm probably gonna do a push jerk or a power jerk just because of my current surroundings. You guys can do any one of those three. Any questions on that?
Nope.
Good, sweet, cool. So what's the actual workout? We're gonna do 10 rounds of 10 single leg shoot throughs, 3 snatches, 10 single leg shoot throughs with the other leg, 3 jerks. So we went through the snatches and the jerks, the single leg shoot throughs, we've done these too. If you remember these, you won't need your stick for this. What you're gonna do is you're gonna start on your bum. You're going to have your opposite hand and foot flat. So if my left hand is behind me and flat, then my right leg is gonna post up. From here, option number 1, I'm gonna raise everything off the floor, obviously except for my foot and my hand. I'm just gonna point this over here, and then I'm gonna shoot this leg through, and then bring it back, and that's gonna be 1, okay? If this is too hard, just put this foot, the other foot down, and you can slide. And you can see with my other hand, I even put this on the floor too. That way. Is either of those options gonna work for you guys?
Yes.
All good? Kathy, how you doing?
Okay.
Awesome. Now the thing that I wanna make sure happens here is an engaged shoulder. Okay, this whole thing is, there's some core going on, there's some legs going on, but mostly it's gonna be this nice range of motion in the shoulder that is supporting half of your weight, okay? So what I mean by that is, I don't want you to turn this into just kind of leaning on this shoulder. See how the shoulder isn't really doing anything right now? It's just kind of hanging out there. I want you to press that down so it's working, okay? You want to depress that shoulder down towards your rib cage and keep that engaged the whole time. I just kicked a kettlebell. Any questions on that?
So we do like, how many? 10?
You're gonna do 10 on one side, then you're gonna stand up and do 3 snatches.
Okay.
Then you're gonna do 10 on the other side, you're gonna stand up and do 3 jerks.
Okay.
That's 1 round, and we're gonna do 10 rounds.
I thought this was a recovery day.
This is a recovery day. This is gonna go super fast. This is gonna be super easy. You'll breathe a little bit, it'll be great. 1 round's gonna go super fast. It's gonna be great, I promise. Are we ready?
Yes.
All right. Let me like it's like furniture here. Let me just kind of push it away. Push that away. Give me a little breathing room. Okay. Try not to kick any kettlebells. That's my big thing. I have long legs, so like not kicking any furniture or kettlebells or anything is my biggest concern here. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to start with 10 shoot throughs. Start with any side that you want. You're going to alternate sides anyway. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So you raise that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I just realized socks are a bad idea when I'm sliding on my wooden floor. Okay. I'm going to pick up my stick. And I'm going to do 3 snatches. That's 1. 2. That's 3. Feels good to snatch, even if it's with no weight. Then I'm going to do the other side without kicking anything, like I said. 1, 2, 3,
Oh, sorry.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Got my stick again. I'm going to do 3 jerks. Good. 1 round done. Back
What?
to the first side.
I'm doing CrossFit. Just a second.
This is going to get harder than I thought. Snatches. Whew. And jerks. Oh, it's so humid. Two rounds done. Whew. Back to center.
We're doing 10 of these suckers.
Yeah, if you want to scale it, by all means, you can reduce the reps each round. You can go to 7 or 5 for the shoot throughs. That's perfectly acceptable. Whew. Three rounds done. Whew. Whew. Yeah, it's getting hard. Four rounds done. interestingly enough, my right shoulder, which is supposed to be the good one, is getting tired a lot faster. Whew. Whew. 5 rounds done, halfway there. Come on. Whew. Six rounds done. Oof. That's 7 rounds done. Had to think about that for a second. Whew. Come on. Whew. Whew. Yeah, my right side's actually taking a lot faster. Come on. Whew. That's 8 rounds done. Whew. Yeah, with this humidity, this is a sweaty one, isn't it? Whew. 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 Come on. Ah. 9 rounds done. Just got one more to go. All right. Let's do this. Come on. Almost there. Whew. Okay. Okay. Last thing. Whew. And 10. You all good, Kathy?
Huh?
Are you all good? You done?
Uh-huh.
Awesome. Paul, where are you?
Yeah, 2 more of these guys.
All right, finish it up. Nice.
Done.
Awesome. Oh, that was fun. That warmed up my shoulders nice and good. I even snuck in a few squat jerks there at the end just because I felt like I could do it.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, I have an answer.
When we get back to the gym and we start using our barbells, how can we prevent our back shoulders from getting sore from the barbell? Like right here?
Yeah. So you're talking about like abrasion on the barbell because you're not used to putting it on your back? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Like
How do you prevent it? You're just gonna really have to get used to it.
when I'm like this and my barbell,
yeah.
After like 2 or 3, it hurts like heck.
Now, when you say it hurts like heck, does it feel like it's sitting on a bone, or does it hurt like heck sitting on soft tissue?
It's on my bone, basically.
Okay, so what you want to do is you're gonna have to find a sweet spot. So, like first things first, as far as grip goes, so you can see my back right now, right?
Yes.
Right now, like I'm kind of hunched over right now. This is awful, right? I've never looked like this. But if I straighten out my back,
yep.
And where the barbell needs to sit, right now, if I were to just place the barbell right there, that's like on my bone, and that's gonna hurt.
Yep.
But if I bring my hands closer together, look at the muscles of my back. See how they're all scrunching together?
Yes.
So that's going to make a nice platform of muscle and skin that now it's not on my bone anymore. So if your hands are close and your wrists are relatively straight, okay? If I bend my wrist, it tends to pull it into my neck this way. So you want to make sure your wrists are straight as well. If it's still hitting something hard, aka a bone on your spine, then what you want to do is you want to kind of roll it back or forward and just find a spot where it's going to sit on soft tissue.
Okay.
Okay. You are allowed to wiggle it around a little bit because remember, so some people squat here, some people have it a little bit lower. There's some people who low bar back squat and it's way down here. So you are allowed to kind of experiment within a certain range to find a cushy spot to work as a platform.
Is this good?
You got to tell me. Does it feel like it's on a bone? Because I can't tell you that for you.
Oh, it's on my lats maybe.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Okay.
what you want. You want it to be on the muscle
Okay.
as much as possible.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, because I didn't know if you had to have this in a certain position up high or not, because it killed me when I was doing good mornings.
Oh, good mornings are especially bad when doing that because because the nature of the good morning,
Yeah.
so I don't do good mornings with a high bar position. I do good mornings with a low bar position for this reason specifically. So right now it's in the high bar position. It's on the top of my lats.
Okay.
So if I'm doing a good morning, just because the way gravity works, the bar wants to roll forward on the bony part of my neck here. So I don't actually do that way. So if you look at me here, I actually do good mornings with a low bar position. So I'm gonna bring this down this far. See that?
Yeah.
So it's like technically it's across the, I think it's called the spine of your scapula. Basically it's like on more of my shoulder blade, and there's another little shelf there. And so when I do good mornings, I use the low bar position. And you can see when I'm doing this here, it's nowhere near my neck, it's all the muscles around my shoulder blades.
Okay.
That's how I do good mornings for that exact reason. That's a good question, excellent question.
Okay.
Now, I will say, when we're finally allowed back in the gym, everything's gonna feel wonky and weird. Things that you didn't think were gonna bother you are gonna start to bother you. A few weeks ago, I did a workout with this PVC pipe that involved just a normal back squat, right? And just doing a back squat because I haven't been using this position very much, the next day, my shoulder was bothering me just from doing this position with a PVC pipe or a broomstick, So there's gonna be all kinds of weird stuff that didn't bother us before that's gonna bother us again getting back into the gym, just because we aren't conditioned to all those little things anymore. The main thing is to come back slowly. Go easier than you think that you have to. Give yourself, like what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a kind of a linear progression with just the strength lifts. I'm going to squat, deadlift, press, bench press, and power clean, just exclusively for like the first month, just to get some raw strength back. And then I'm going to go into a very basic weightlifting program of 3 times a day, starting very light. That's my plan.
Okay. So what are you going to start with when you go back?
Weight-wise?
Yeah.
Probably like, I don't know, 65%, probably. And it's going to be a little bit by feel as well. Like if I do 65% and I feel like it's too much, maybe I'll go 60%. Maybe I'll go even as far as 55%. As long as we start slow, the strength is going to come back very fast. Strength is a persistent persistent trait.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get some level of strength and lose it, it's way easier to get it back after you've lost it, because your body remembers. Your body remembers how to be strong.
It's like muscle memory.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I hope that answers your question. It's a great question.
It does.
All right. I'm going to go. I'm all sweaty. I need to take a shower and eat and all that jazz.
Have a great weekend, you two.
You have a wonderful, wonderful evening, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.